Imagine waking up in a world where the sun rises in the west and sets in the east, where deserts stretch across lands we now call lush, and ancient empires may never have existed at all. This isn't science fiction. It's what our planet would look like if it had rotated in the opposite direction since the very beginning. The consequences? Far stranger and far more dangerous than you think. And if you think this only changes the view of the sunrise, you're in for a shock. Our Earth spins from west to east at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. This spin determines where the sun rises, how weather moves, and even where life thrives. Reverse that spin, and the sun would rise in the west, a small detail that would send shockwaves through the planet's history. But that's just the start. The biggest changes wouldn't be in the sky, they'd be in the oceans and the wind. The Earth's rotation shapes the Coriolis effect, the invisible force that makes storms spin and ocean currents flow. Reverse the rotation, and the world's currents would also reverse. The Atlantic's Gulf Stream, which keeps Europe warm, would shut down in its current form and flow the other way. This means the warmth of the tropics would be sent toward the Pacific instead, leaving much of Western Europe frozen. Meanwhile, deserts like the Sahara could turn green, while rainforests like the Amazon might dry up completely. Your weather app wouldn't just be wrong, it would be useless. Reversing the spin flips the global wind belts. Monsoons would strike different coasts entirely. India's life-giving summer monsoon might vanish, but parts of the Middle East could see seasonal floods. Hurricanes and cyclones would reverse their spin direction and hit completely different places. In our reversed Earth, Florida might be spared from most hurricanes, but California could be their main target. It's a climate no human civilization has ever known until now. Now comes the mind-bending part. If Earth had been spinning this way since the start, human history would have been completely different. Ancient civilizations often rose in fertile regions shaped by climate and rivers. If rainfall patterns had been reversed, Egypt might never have had the Nile floods that made it thrive. Mesopotamia, the so-called cradle of civilization, might have been an uninhabitable desert. Meanwhile, North America's west coast could have hosted great ancient empires instead of the east. The maps you know today, completely redrawn. Our reversed planet wouldn't just change geography, it would change who rules it. Europe, colder and harsher, might have been far less dominant in history. Trade routes would shift toward warmer, more stable climates in the Pacific. China's rise could have happened centuries earlier. Or perhaps Africa would have been the world's superpower. Even languages, religions, and cultural identities could be unrecognizable. In other words, you wouldn't just be living in a different place. You'd be a completely different person. If you woke up tomorrow and Earth had always been rotating the other way, you wouldn't notice anything wrong, because your normal would have been built in reverse. But scientists looking at this alternate Earth would see a world shaped by different currents, winds, ecosystems, and histories. It would be just as diverse, just as beautiful, but it wouldn't be our Earth. So, what if the Earth rotated in the opposite direction from the start? We'd live on a planet with different coastlines, new world powers, reversed weather, and completely rewritten human history. From the moment life began, evolution itself would have taken a different path. In other words, In this mirror world Earth, we might not even exist. Our world is the result of billions of years of precise conditions. Change just one, and everything changes with it. If you enjoy exploring these what-if worlds, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, if you could live on reverse Earth, would you want to?